We are also on Weibo. Please check us out for more great videos.
In this cinematic universe, you never know who's gonna pop up next.
Mr. Musk, how are you?
Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 cameos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at unlikely actors and characters who made appearances in the MCU in ways that had us all cheering.
Bravo, bravo, bravo,
Number 10. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, the Incredible Hulk.
You know, I hate to say I told you so, General, but that Super Soldier program was put on ice for a reason.
The movie might be called The Incredible Hulk, but it's Tony Stark who steals the show in just a brief post-credit scene. As General Ross drowns his sorrows with a green alcoholic beverage, he's surprised to find Mr. Stark in the same dimly lit bar. In addition to dropping a couple of witty one-liners, Stark lets the General know that he's putting together a team with a few others. With Iron Man coming out just a month before this movie, fans knew that an Avengers movie was definitely in the cards. This scene further confirmed that the crossover event was moving forward, and we left the theater fantasizing about the possibilities of such a big screen event.
What if I told you we were putting a team together? Who's we?
Number 9. Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, Thor.
Barton, talk to me. You want me to slow him down, sir?
Where the other original Avengers either starred in their own standalone movie or played a significant supporting role leading up to the 2012 film, Hawkeye only received a cameo in Thor. He may have gotten the short end of the stick, but he certainly made a big impression. When Thor goes up against S.H.I.E.L.D., Phil Coulson calls upon his best shooter. While his face is concealed at first, dedicated comic readers could tell this was Clint Barton based on his weapon of choice. With a bird's eye view, Barton is prepared to fire. Just as Thor can't lift his hammer, however, Hawkeye must wait to demonstrate his archery skills.
All right, show's over. Ground units move in.
Number 8. Danny Pudi as Comtech Number 1, Captain America the Winter Soldier. The MCU has a few interesting parallels to the comedy series Community. For starters, actor Danny Pudi, who played Abed on the sitcom, pops up in Captain America the Winter Soldier as a Comtech who encounters Team Cap.
Excuse us.
Later in Captain America Civil War, actor Jim Rash of Dean Pelton fame appears as an MIT faculty member.
That took my breath away. Tony, so generous. So much money. Wow.
Both of these Captain America movies were directed by brothers Anthony and Joe Russo, who had previously worked on several episodes of Community, including the pilot. On top of all that, Donald Glover, also known as Troy Barnes, played a notable role in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Maybe this is what Abed meant by 6 seasons in a movie. Number 7. Mark Ruffalo as Dr. Bruce Banner, Iron Man 3.
So,
You with me?
I was, yeah. We were at,
You actively napping?
Tony Stark and Bruce Banner's bromance was one of the highlights of the Avengers. While we would have liked to have seen more of their dynamic in Iron Man 3, we will gladly settle for this unexpected cameo. The film both opens and closes with narration from Stark.
Who said that? What does that even mean? Doesn't matter. I said it because he said it.
Although it's unclear who exactly he's addressing. In this hilarious post-credit scene, it's revealed he was actually relaying the entire experience to his fellow Avenger. Stark apparently isn't the best at telling stories, because Banner slept through the whole thing. While Stark is pretty annoyed, it's not like Banner is that kind of doctor. And given his anger issues, he's the one who should probably be in therapy.
I'm sorry. I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm not a therapist. It's not my training.
So?
I don't have the...
What, the time?
Number 6. Seth Green as Howard the Duck, Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel has certainly come a long way since they released their first theatrical film, Howard the Duck. That 1986 adaptation was such a colossal flop that you'd think the MCU could steer clear of Howard at all costs, which made his surprise appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy all the more awesome. The collector's place is full of Easter eggs, but few stand out like this anthropomorphic alcoholic duck. The cherry on top of this cameo is that the voice behind Howard is none other than Seth Green, who'd reprise the role once again in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
You know what they say, you're out of luck until you've gone duck.
These cameos did the impossible, making us actually want a Howard the Duck reboot. Number 5. Nathan Fillion as Monstrous Inmate, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Check out the new meat.
Sometimes the most amusing cameos are the ones you completely missed. After landing in the kiln, Star-Lord has a hostile run-in with a blue brute. Fortunately, he has a tree and a talking raccoon in his corner.
Go to town.
We bet you didn't know that the voice behind this CGI inmate is cult actor Nathan Fillion, who appeared in director Sean Gunn's previous films Slither and Super. Fillion's also secured his place as a science fiction icon as Malcolm Reynolds on Firefly, making him an ideal fit for the Guardians universe. While his appearance as Wonder Man didn't make the theatrical cut of Volume 2, he'll always have this cameo.
I'm with them.
Number 4. Matt Damon as Loki actor, Thor Ragnarok.
You fool, you didn't listen.
I'm sorry.
Lady Sif, get help!
Ben Affleck may be Batman and Daredevil, but Matt Damon got to be Loki. Well, sorta. In one of the MCU's funniest moments to date, Thor returns to Asgard where Loki is posing as his father Odin.
Tried to rule Earth.
They'd be lucky to have you.
I'm sorry about that thing with the Tesseract.
Loki has rewritten history through theater, portraying himself as a glorified hero who died nobly. As if that's not egotistical enough, the actor cast as Loki looks an awful lot like Matt Damon. This cameo is so hysterical that many people overlook Chris Hemsworth's real-life older brother Luke, who plays the Thor actor. Honestly, we'd love to see Matt and Luke reenact all of Thor: The Dark World.
Build a statue for me.
We will build a big statue for you.
With my helmet on, with the big bendy horns.
Number 3. Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk security guard, the Incredible Hulk.
Hey pal, I got a delivery on 5.
I don't think you have anybody up here.
Whether you prefer Edward Norton or Mark Ruffalo's portrayal of Bruce Banner, we can all agree that Lou Ferrigno will always have a special place in Hulk history. In addition to playing the angry green giant on the small screen for several years, Ferrigno has contributed to the Hulk's voice in several theatrical interpretations. In The Incredible Hulk, Ferrigno was also given the chance to get in front of the camera as a security guard who Bruce bribes with a pizza. This actually wasn't the first time Ferrigno played a guard in a Hulk movie, as he's seen alongside Stan Lee in the 2003 adaptation. Number 2. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Iron Man. Now that the MCU has surpassed its 10th anniversary, we go into every new movie anticipating a couple of epic cameos and post-credit scenes. When Iron Man hit theaters in 2008, though, most audiences had no idea what they were in for. So you can imagine the thrill of being in the theater when Samuel L. Jackson showed up at the last minute as Nick Fury.
Who the hell are you?
Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
As if his presence alone wasn't incredible enough, this cameo launched itself into legendary status when Fury mentioned the Avenger Initiative. The scene not only raised the bar for after-credit sequences, it also made good on its promise of an Avengers movie 4 years later. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Find the form that best suited you, and this is the thanks I get? You really need to grow up.
Somebody's home, Scott.
What's going on down there, Sam?
It's the Falcon. Perhaps you prefer one of your new companions, given that you seem to like them so much.
Oh, this is much better. Whoa. Costume's a bit much.
Number 1. Stan Lee. Various movies.
Hey, Gary! How you doing?
Marjorie, how are you? How's your mother?
How could we give our top spot to anyone other than Stan the Man Lee? Even before there was an MCU, this comic book icon was known for popping up in Marvel movies. While we've come to expect an appearance from Lee, that doesn't make his cameos any less applause-worthy. Whether he's playing a man mistaken for Larry King or a thirsty gambler, Lee is always a welcome presence. It's even been suggested that all of his MCU characters are the same person, secretly working as the Watcher informant. Lee's various cameos have helped him to technically become the highest-grossing star at the domestic box office, topping Nick Fury himself, Samuel L. Jackson.
Please, kind sir, do not cut my hair. No!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.